Have you noticed this? You dreamed for a fresh start, but now you're homesick. You're homesick for a place that no longer exists. If your heart is caught between two places, two worlds, then keep listening. So you've woken up and you've decided, you know what? I am gonna relocate. The difference is not just moving within your town, your county, or even your country. You've made this huge plan to step into a different place altogether, possibly on your own. If you're lucky enough, you've got a family that you're relocating with you. You've taken the step, identified this location. Before you've done this, you've spent significant amount of time trying to make sure that you've got everything all mapped out to ensure an easy transition into this new life, this new world that you're trying to build for yourself. The rationale behind this doesn't matter right now. The main thing is that this is the plan. We can address the rationale later on, but this is the plan and we're going ahead with it. It's taking some time, but we're here now. You're excited. Really excited because this is something that you've always wanted, and a part of you have kind of questioned if this could ever become a reality. But now it's here. And all you can see right now is getting to your destination. You take your mode of transport, and the journey, you're not thinking about the distance because you're so excited. And eventually you arrive. You arrive at this destination. It is everything as you've ever pictured. It is stunning, beautiful. The people around there are amazing. They're friendly, they're lovely, they are very welcoming. To you, oh my days, this is the best possible place that you could be. And the people around you that live there, there's another new person in the block. You're all as excited as each other. They're curious about you, just like you are curious about them. A month go by, 2, 3, and now it's a year. Going back home, where you've come from, within the first few years, it's exciting. Every time you go back to visit your family and friends, there is this excitement, there's this reason to want to kind of share how things are going for you. But all of that excitement, you notice, begin to dwindle. The journey that you never considered the distance before, the distance that becomes the reason you can't make that journey anymore. You go from speaking to family and friends every single day to maybe once a week, maybe once a month. And the time that you spend apart from each other becomes longer and longer. And you hit a point where you're like visiting your home. And it almost feels as though you're a stranger. You feel as though you're a stranger in your own home because you feel disconnected. Because you've spent so much time away from your home that everything now feels different. The people that you used to know have now developed a new life for themselves. They've carved out a life for themselves that doesn't include you. And the excitement that used to be there when you used to come around isn't there as much anymore. When you're around, you don't see everyone like you used to because they're busy. And you don't quite fit in anymore. The thing now is, if it was just that place, you might have been able to tolerate it to a certain extent. But this feeling of disconnection also affects you in your new home. This is a new space, new ground. And the network you formed through your early years, which are quite strong connections, you've not been able to replicate that in your new home. The people you feel are as loyal and friendly, they're not quite like that. They've got their own friends. And they haven't got time to spend time with you either because your expectations and idea of what life should look like differs to theirs. Somebody described this feeling as being in the in-between. For every one of us, we face challenges like this in our lives. And it doesn't have to be because we've relocated from one place to another, but instead it could happen as a result of a change in career, a change in the workplace, a transition from a relationship that you've become accustomed to into a new life as a different person. Our sense of identity has been tied to the life we once had. And now that we haven't got that life anymore, we almost feel lost. Feeling as though we've lost every sense of connection that we could possibly have. You feel as though you don't fit. Because in this new place, you're having to adjust to a new way of being, a new way of communicating and engaging with people. People speak a different language, not literally. Sometimes they are, if it is a case of you've transitioned to a different country. But sometimes it's almost as though we are trying to relearn how to communicate, relearn how to walk. And because we've spent years in the way we used to do things, we almost throw ourselves in there, feeling as though it would stick. But when it doesn't, we're like, damn, what's happening here? And we question ourselves. We question our authenticity. We question our ability to connect with people because this has never been a problem before. The thing there is, has it never been a problem because we've never actually changed anything? Has it never been a problem because we've been comfortable in the way we led or moved from one day to the next? And now that change has come, we feel lost because that thing and those words that we'd usually kind of just throw out there for people to laugh, for people to know we're coming, for people to kind of just be there for us, now no longer. Nobody understands it. Nobody understands it because nobody understands us. And it's almost as though we are starting over again. The fear of starting over can almost push us to going back to where we once were. And I suppose the question we should ask ourselves is, why did we feel the urge to start again in the first place? Because surely there must have been a lot of times where we felt this urge, but never actually went along with it. What was it that stopped us before that wasn't enough to stop us now? Is it a case of you've been at the place of employment? You've been there 5, 10, 15 years, and you felt as though you've accomplished every single thing that you need to accomplish, and you're feeling stagnant. That air of adventure no longer exists. You feel as though you're not growing anymore. You feel as though your talent and potential is not fully being accomplished or being utilized. And for this reason, you feel it is time to move. It's time for a new challenge. Are you moving to a different place because you feel as though maybe not so much a lack of appreciation, but a lack of ability to fund and finance and meet the needs of the people that you care the most about? You went into this to be able to meet the needs of the people around you. And for some reason, it is just not doing it. Potentially because the establishment doesn't quite align with your values anymore. Their way of seeing things is now different to the way you see things, because you have been able to acquire skills that don't quite fit there anymore. You feel as though you want to go on an adventure, and this adventure is not one that you can go on within your current location or country, and you need a different country to be able to explore that. Whatever that is, if the reason is solid enough to get you started, maybe that's what it is that we need to put at the back of our mind every time it becomes difficult to persist with what it is that we're trying to go through. Have you gone back to university because you feel as though you need to be able to make a difference on a larger scale? Have you gone back to any form of learning because you feel you can reach more people? That drive needs to be the drive that we anchor ourselves to, because the minute we do that, the minute we begin to realize that this change that we're going through is one that will take time for us to adjust. It's like a snake shedding its skin. It's a process that would mean you have to, unfortunately, let go of certain parts of you to be able to acquire this new self that you're trying to build. A self that doesn't mean that your past never happened, but a self that incorporates. I suppose the question we need to ask ourselves is, whilst the pain of changing is difficult, but is it worth staying in the same position that's brought us to this conclusion in the first place? If the answer is no, then maybe you need to stick to what you've been doing. But if the answer is yes, then it's definitely time to take on the new challenge. Why not? We've only got one life, right? One life, and we need to be able to explore as much as we can our ability to excel as humans, because the pain of being stagnant comes with regret. We are more capable than we actually think we are. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you like what we're all about, please like, subscribe, and join our community. Until next time, stay safe. Peace. Bye for now.